Not okay.
Kanye West might be sleeping with Jeffree Star. I can't.
Woke up just trying to live my life, and I'm like, huh? This is so weird. I have people like texting me, all these news people, like, what do you have to say about this? And I'm like, about what?
Oh, it's hard. It's like co-parenting. It's really hard, you know? And like,
you're not co-parenting with just anyone.
yeah.
Real footage of Kanye West and Jeffree Star just leaked online. And guess what? Kim Kardashian is reportedly done playing it cool. She's tired of Kanye dragging her name and their kids through headline chaos over and over again. This ain't one of those random internet hoaxes people joke about. This time, it's legit. Jeffree Star himself confirmed it. They had a thing. The receipts are out there. And when you line up the timeline, it's wild! And let's not forget, the internet just started catching its breath after Kanye admitted to hooking up with his cousin back in the day. Like, what? But now, this Jeffree Star bombshell just flipped the table. It's not just tea anymore, it's a whole pot boiling over. Let's be real, Kanye's been spiraling for a while. But lately, it's been one meltdown after another. Not too long ago, he was even spotted dressed up in a Nazi costume. People were speechless. Play the clips. The confessions in Kanye's music are getting darker by the day. And now, a viral video has surfaced that's got everybody buzzing. In this newly leaked footage, Kanye and Jeffree Star are seen way too close for comfort out in Wyoming. And when I say close, I mean body language on 10, locked eyes, and tension so thick you could cut it. This was not just a random ranch run-in. Here's the crazy part. This Kanye and Jeffree rumor isn't even new. It first caught fire back in 2021, but back then, people laughed it off as just some wild TikTok stunt. Jeffree even tossed some gas on the fire, but stayed slick with the answers, never confirming, never denying. But now, it's a whole different story. We've got actual video, plus Jeffree confirming it all. No shady hints, no cryptic tweets. He flat out said it was true. They had a moment, and that's straight from him. When you match that with Kanye's recent lyrics, all those strange confessions and weird lines, it's like the whole puzzle is snapping together right in front of us. And here's the kicker. This all allegedly happened while Kanye was still married to Kim, which brings us right back to that iconic moment. Kim crying in the car next to him, face broken, heart shattered. We've seen her cry on reality TV before, yeah, but this was on a whole different level.
You know, when someone doesn't see how different they are, you'll always hope that you'll see a glimpse of them. And
that moment wasn't for the cameras. It was raw, real life pain, right there in Kim's face. Now that Jeffree has spilled the truth and Kanye's been airing all kinds of personal drama, fans are dead sure that photo captured the moment Kim found out, the energy between them in that shot. Ice cold. It's like she had just gotten hit with something that shook her whole world. And honestly, if she discovered her husband was stepping out, and not just stepping out, but allegedly with Jeffree Star, who wouldn't be wrecked? That's not just betrayal, that's next level chaos. But wait, it runs even deeper, because Jeffree might not have been the only one. People online have started digging, and the old receipts they're finding? Wild. There's talk that this wasn't just some one-time scandal. Rumors are resurfacing about Kanye's super tight relationship with the late Virgil Abloh. And now whispers are circling around Diddy being tied into it too. Now that you look back, maybe that's why Kanye still stands by Diddy, even while the whole music industry is backing away from him fast. Could there be more to this loyalty than we thought? The drama here isn't just messy, it's layered. And it's reigniting all kinds of questions about Kanye's personal truth, his mental health, and what really went down behind the scenes of one of the most public celebrity breakups in recent memory. If this is the kind of chaos Kim was dealing with behind closed doors, it makes sense why she finally snapped. All right, now let's switch gears now because Azealia Banks just poured even more tea, claiming Kanye's been hiding a whole secret life. And back then, folks didn't take her seriously. Azealia Banks has always had that eerie sixth sense when it comes to industry secrets. Whether folks love her or can't stand her, one thing's for sure. When she talks, people tune in. And recently, she dropped a series of claims about Kanye West that sent the internet into a full-on meltdown. So, what did she say this time? According to Azalea, Kanye and the late fashion icon Virgil Abloh weren't just creative partners, she claimed they were actually romantically involved. Yeah, that's the level we're on now. And she didn't stop there. She went full throttle, alleging that Elon Musk once got intimate with Kanye while Ye was under the influence of ketamine. The internet could barely process that one. Then, Azalea casually tossed out that Kanye might even appear on one of those infamous party tapes allegedly connected to Diddy. The kind of tapes people whisper about, but nobody ever confirms on record. But she kept going. Azalea rattled off names like Jay-Z, Donald Trump, Travis Scott, and Drake, throwing out supposed reactions to Kanye's alleged behavior that sound like they came from some wild underground documentary, not real life. And even if you take these claims with a grain of salt, it's not the name drops that have people shook. It's what she's implying about Kanye's private life and the sides of him the public never sees. She wrote wild things like Kanye and Virgil were lovers. Elon Def got some from Ye off that ketamine, and Kanye's on one of them Diddy tapes. Then she claimed people like Chaz, Trump, and Drake all had stunned or confused reactions to whatever went down behind closed doors. Whether you believe her or not, she's painting a picture that's got everyone questioning just how deep this story really goes. Kim tried to keep it together but ended up throwing up on his back and breaking down in tears. Chris reportedly shouted, "Cut!" Like even she couldn't believe how far things had gone. I told you Azalea's bombshell was next level. And the names she dropped? If any of it's true, it paints a real disturbing picture of Kanye's private world. People have joked for years about Kanye having some wild bedroom preferences. Stuff folks chalked up to him just being freaky or having weird billionaire habits. Nobody really took it too seriously. It was just gossip, right? But Azalea didn't frame it like some quirky kink. She made it sound like there's a much darker, messier truth behind the scenes. And honestly, this is where things start getting uncomfortable for real. Those crazy rumors might have faded into the background, if not for Kanye's own lyrics. In a track that allegedly leaked called Cousins, he straight up rapped about doing something highly inappropriate with his own cousin. The line had people stunned. Some say this started when he was around 14. Others claim he was as young as 7. No matter which version you believe, it's hard to stomach, especially since the cousin was reportedly younger than him. That's not just messed up, that's serious. This isn't some edgy bar in a song. It's an open admission that's got legal, moral, and emotional layers that people can't just scroll past. Let's be clear, incest is illegal across all 50 states. It's not edgy, it's not art, it's wrong. And the fact that Kanye supposedly put this out in his music, the internet exploded. People weren't just shocked, they were horrified. Fans are shook. Even the ride or die Kanye supporters are saying this ain't music. This is raw trauma. And the fact that Ye dropped a whole track basically admitting he performed something like that on his own younger cousin, it's beyond shocking. People are straight up horrified. But just when folks thought it couldn't get more confusing, Kanye hopped online trying to explain himself. He claimed both he and his cousin were exposed to adult magazines way too early and that it messed with their heads. Then he threw in another twist, saying that same cousin later ended up in prison for killing a pregnant woman. It's a lot, way too much for the internet to handle. In his post on X, Kanye said, "This song called Cousin about my cousin that's locked in jail for killing a pregnant lady." A few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin till I was 14. Yeah, he really said that online. Look, some things are better left unsaid. That kind of confession, most people would take that secret to the grave, not post it, not rap it, and definitely not try to spin it into some deep metaphor for art. This isn't symbolism. It's someone putting real heavy trauma out in public. And what about the cousin? Whether he's locked up or not, did he even want this part of his past thrown out there like that? Some stories just aren't yours to tell. But nowadays, social media doesn't take anything seriously. And sadly, instead of sitting with how disturbing this all is, people are out here turning it into GIFs and memes like it's just another viral moment. One meme had the caption, "Kanye West leaving his cousin's house." Sick, right? Ever since he dropped that song, the internet's been flooded with disturbing jokes like that. And yeah, Azalea's claims might have sounded totally out there at first. But now, when you stack them next to Kanye's own lyrics and those raw confessions, suddenly they don't feel so far off. This story is unfolding in ways nobody saw coming. Say what you want about Kanye West. Seriously, people have plenty to say. But one thing we can't ignore is how layered and honestly tragic his life story really is. Behind all the headlines, wild rants, and viral chaos is someone carrying pain that most people wouldn't even speak on, let alone rap about. Everything changed after his mom passed. That moment broke something deep. It's like the grounded, focused version of Yev vanished with her. And ever since, it's been spirals on spirals. Public meltdowns, weird behavior, full-on identity shifts, and none of it has looked healthy. And look, let's be real. Kanye didn't have the most stable upbringing to begin with. We're not justifying anything, but we also can't act like his behavior popped out of nowhere. When someone grows up around emotional wreckage, bad energy, and possibly even dark, twisted stuff at a young age, it leaves scars. Deep ones, the kind that don't just fade. Because the truth is, when your brain is still developing and all you know is chaos, that damage sticks. It messes with how you see the world, how you act, and how you cope. Those early experiences don't just shape how we love, they mess with who we trust, how we see ourselves, and what we think we deserve. Some trauma doesn't just hurt, it rewires your whole mind. That's why people brushing off Kanye's situation with memes and jokes are missing the bigger picture. If you've ever seen or gone through something way too mature at a young age, then you know. That kind of pain sticks forever. Now throw fame, pressure, and cameras in your face 24/7 into the mix. That's not just a meltdown waiting to happen. That's chaos guaranteed. But here's where things really start twisting. Kanye's story has never been straightforward. He lives in controversy. Almost seems like he feeds off it. So now people are asking, after years of denying anything with Jeffree Star, why is he suddenly letting it all out now?
Woke up today and I was like, I guess allegedly Jeffree Star has been sleeping with Kanye West, and that's why they're getting a divorce. Goodbye.
And just like that, Jeffree, who's no stranger to chasing spotlight, jumps in to confirm it with one tweet. Okay, F it, the rumors are true. And topped it off with that little freaky emoji. The internet went insane, and Kanye, he didn't deny a thing. If anything, he leaned even harder into the chaos, dropping lyrics and content that seemed to scream there's something deeper going on inside. Some say it's identity confusion, some say it's emotional unraveling.
Okay,
Get me his number immediately.
Now, Jeffree Star is a good friend of Kanye's, and Jeffree Star is, he loves to party. He's got over 17 million followers on social media. Jeffree Star is worth more money than Kanye, they say. He's got makeup, and I've never heard of Jeffree Star makeup. I only know Jeffree Star, who dresses in various hairs, and you know, he's like thin, like twink thin.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's thin, and he's got really loose lips. And he does a lot of, and he spends a lot of time in Wyoming, which is where Kanye, that's all I'm saying, is where Kanye likes to stay. Norman?
Don't look.
But one thing's clear, he ain't hiding anymore. It's all out there, raw and loud. But here comes the plot twist. Now people think Ye's just doing this as a setup, like maybe he's about to drop a project and wants the attention locked in. Wouldn't be the first time a celeb stirred the pot before a major rollout. But here's the catch. Kanye's already massive. He doesn't need clout to make headlines. So why even go this far? Whether it was for clout or pure truth, the internet exploded. And now here we are. Everyone locked into debates about Kanye's sexuality when that's not even the real issue. The truth is, we're looking at a man who still seems like that same confused, hurting kid deep down. Fame didn't fix him. It just handed a megaphone to his pain. And honestly, for a lot of iconic artists throughout history, pain has been their fuel. That doesn't make it right. But it explains how someone can be a musical legend and a total train wreck at the same time. It's the kind of twisted combo Hollywood eats up. Genius meets disaster. One person said it perfectly online. I don't care if he's bisexual or gay or whatever. It's the fact that he cheated on his wife and said that Nazi stuff that bothers me. He needs serious help. And another user chimed in, I feel bad for his kids. Not gonna lie, watching their dad spiral like this, it must be horrifying. Then there was this straight up comment. Bruh, get help. We're watching a man self-destruct in real time. And honestly, that last one hit hard because Kanye has been spiraling for years, right in front of all of us. Every headline, every outburst, every controversial moment, it's been one long, messy collapse playing out in public. And through it all, people kept pointing fingers at Kim, blaming her for the marriage falling apart. But now, with everything coming to light, it's clear why she walked away. At this point, Kim Kardashian's probably questioning everything, maybe even wishing she had never crossed paths with Ye in the first place. Even though Kim still keeps a bond with him through the kids, it's Kanye who threw the latest blow. In a recent YouTube interview with DJ Academics, Kanye flat out said he regrets having children with Kim. His words were, I didn't want to have children. That's my fault. Like, what? It's heartbreaking. Whatever he's dealing with mentally, it seems like he's also lashing out.
I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her.
Not just at the world, but at the people closest to him. And Kim, she's been right in the crossfire. So yeah, might be battling some deep stuff, but that doesn't excuse how he's dragging others through the mud with him. This ain't just drama. This is real-life pain spilling all over the internet. And while the internet turns it all into laughs and memes, there's a whole group of people watching this who know what it's like to suffer in silence. Folks who had to heal from things they were never able to speak about. They don't think any of this is funny. So, what do you think about all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives just like this one. This story's wild, and we've only scratched the surface. See you in the next one.